8 Palestinian refugee families residing in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood of East Jerusalem are facing the risk of forced eviction due to a legal challenge by the Nahalat Shimon settler organization. And for 4 of these families, it appears the risk is imminent. The evictions, if ordered and implemented, would violate Israel's obligations under international law. According to an OCHA survey back in 2020, at least 218 Palestinian households in East Jerusalem, including the families in Sheikh Jarrah, have eviction cases filed against them, and the majority of these have been initiated by settler organizations. And they place something like 970 people, including 424 children, at the risk of displacement. Given the disturbing scenes in Sheikh Jarrah over the past few days, we wish to emphasize that East Jerusalem remains part of the occupied Palestinian territory in which international humanitarian law applies. The occupying power must respect and cannot confiscate private property in occupied territory, and must respect, unless absolutely prevented, the laws in force in the country. This means that Israel cannot impose its own set of laws in occupied territory, including East Jerusalem, to evict Palestinians from their homes. In practice, the implementation of these laws facilitates the transfer by Israel of its population into occupied East Jerusalem, and the transfer of parts of an occupying power's civilian population into the territory that it occupies is prohibited under international humanitarian law and may amount to a war crime. According to several Security Council resolutions, all legislative and administrative measures and actions taken by Israel, the occupying power, which have altered or purport to alter the character and status of East Jerusalem, including expropriation of land and properties, are null and void and must be rescinded. So we call on Israel to immediately halt all forced evictions, including those in Sheikh Jarrah, and to cease any activity that would further contribute to a coercive environment and lead to a risk of forcible transfer. We further call on Israel to respect freedom of expression and assembly, including of those who are protesting against the evictions, and to exercise maximum restraint in the use of force while ensuring safety and security in East Jerusalem.